Welcome to today's deep dive. We're taking a close look at Dr. Feng Cheng Carr's book, Jom Mindful El Gym Now.
Yeah, it's such a great, really practical resource.
It really is. And our mission today is to extract a very specific, practical technique from it. One that is tailored entirely for you, the hardworking healthcare professionals in Malaysia who, desperately need deep sleep.
Right, because the reality on the ground is just so grueling right now.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, picture this. You have just finished a 12-hour shift. Maybe you're a nurse in a busy ward or a medical officer who hasn't stopped moving since dawn. You are physically exhausted, but your mind is buzzing like a massive traffic jam.
Yeah, you just want to sleep, but you cannot figure out how to hit the brakes.
Exactly. But I want to play devil's advocate for a second and really unpack this because if a nurse or a doctor is dead tired after a chaotic shift, shouldn't they just instantly pass out? Like why do they even need a breathing technique?
That is such a fair question. And it's something I see people struggle with all the time. But you have to remember, while your body is screaming for sleep, your mind is still basically on duty.
Ah, right. So it's that feeling of being completely tired but still activated.
Exactly. You cannot just yank the handbrake on a speeding car and expect a smooth stop.
Yeah.
Right? You have to gently downshift to signal to the engine that it is finally safe to rest.
It's almost like a hamster wheel, you know? The hamster has physically stopped running, but the wheel is it's still spinning out of control.
That is a perfect metaphor.
Uh-huh.
And the book reinforces this really compassionate truth. Rest is not laziness. Rest is repair.
Rest is repair. I really love that. So how do we actually stop the wheel? The book talks about a grounding technique, right?
Yes, and the beauty of it is that it's just so simple. No complicated jargon, just really practical steps. First, you lie down in bed and you intentionally acknowledge that the day is over.
Like you actively tell your brain, we're done here.
Yes. You just imagine the day's weight settling, kind of like dust settling in a quiet room. Then you breathe in slowly and you deliberately soften your jaw and your shoulders.
I guess we just armor ourselves there all day long.
Oh, definitely. So you soften those. And then here's the key step. As you breathe out, you make this soft she sound.
Wait, like she. Why that specific sound?
It sounds a bit funny, I know, but making that sound forces you to elongate your exhale. And a long exhale manually activates your body's quiet mode. It's a physiological signal.
Oh, wow. So you are basically tricking your nervous system into calming down.
Exactly. And then at the very end of that long exhale, you silently count backward from 10 down to 1. With every number, you just feel your body sink safely into the bed.
That makes so much sense. You're giving your racing mind an actual physical anchor.
Right. There's actually a relatable story in the book about a doctor who struggled with this exact insomnia. He was so exhausted, but he kept fighting and forcing himself to try and sleep.
Which, probably just flooded his system with more stress.
It totally did. His breakthrough happened when he realized you don't achieve repair by aggressively knocking yourself out. You achieve it by gently letting your nervous system know it is safe to drop its guard.
Yeah, that safety signal is huge. So to summarize all of this, it really comes down to three main messages for today. First, your mind needs a clear safety signal to switch off after a chaotic shift.
Right. And second, trying to force sleep only creates more stress. Grounding your body is what actually invites the rest in.
Spot on. And third, that soft she breath combined with the 10-to-1 countdown is your practical tool for entering that quiet mode.
It really is your manual override switch.
So here is our call to action for you. Tonight, when your head hits the pillow, try this simple 10-to-1 countdown. Just let the dust of your day settle.
I really hope you try it. Give yourself permission to power down.
Absolutely. And I want to leave you with one final thought to reflect on. If we do not actively release today's tension before we sleep, are we truly resting, or are we just hitting pause on our stress until tomorrow morning?